Welcome back, everyone. I'm Zell, and today we're looking at what's in this little box from H&K. Now, there's no serious surprises inside this box. It is the HK Exemplar, but the big thing is where they've turned to get their knives made, and we'll see more as we get this out. This is a cool little sleeve. I actually like this in this price category, and the price category is around $150 MSRP. I suspect you can get it street price a little cheaper, but $150 MSRP. But it is a nice little neoprene type sleeve, soft on the inside. And I don't guess it's really neoprene, but it reminds me of wetsuit material to some extent. Pretty neat. It says H&K on the outside. There you go. And then we have the Exemplar. And guys, there's nothing really major to talk about here, and that's a good thing. Because what HK and Hogue have done, oh, I said it, didn't I? Hogue. That's why there's nothing major to talk about here, is because Hogue is now making the HK knives. Heckler & Koch let go of Benchmade and went to Hogue, and it's a beautiful thing, my friends. So let's get a look at it. We have an injection molded material. I'm not. Let's see what they have. They say G10, and it could be. In fact, it does look like G10. Also looks like injection molded. So we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt because they're made here and we trust them and say that it is G10. And I do think it is G10. I'm just questionable on how it was turned into G10, which doesn't really matter as long as it's a layered material with resin. So there you go, G10. Let's get a look at it. Pretty nice handles. I like the bit of traction here and just a random kind of wavy pattern. They did not do a good job of getting the pattern out from underneath the clip, but I've carried the knife a little bit and doesn't really matter. We do have a lanyard hole down across the back. We do have some standard axis lock, sliding to just slightly off center. However, well, we'll get to that in a minute, but very nice. Blade wise, we're a piece of 154 cm with that machined finish, smooth machine finish, and a good stone wash. Very nice there. Just straight there, just the edges knocked off. We got a swedge up in the front. It's a very nice shape to cut with. They did a pretty good job down here at the heel of the blade. So really good. Nothing bad at all. We got a little bit of office style jimping up here, and everything on the knife is office friendly jimping for all the office hands guys, and it's just all freaking good there. Let's do a little bit of size comparison. Let's see what I've got out here. I've got a buck 110, of course, and a Rat Model 1. Is there anything interesting over here we can, there is a Stratera from Savivi, and there's got to be one more that's interesting. Oh, and a Roxy 4. So it is a 3.25 inch blade, 3 1/4 inch blade, with a weight of 4.2 ounces, overall length of 4.75. I do not have my calipers up here. They're over on the desk with all the printing equipment, so we won't be getting a handle measurement. I've got medium large hands. I've got a little left over, and you know, let's see, half an inch. Okay, we're looking at probably somewhere around 4 inches, because we've got a 4 3/4 inch closed length. Take that much off, somewhere around 4 inches, probably a little less for your grip length. And now let's talk about the action. We're running on phosphor bronze bushings, and that's it. And that's what you get. Now this one has not been, to my knowledge, disassembled. It is a pass-around knife that HK sent out, or Hogue sent out, and it seems to be a rather good knife. In fact, I just talked about that centering. We didn't lose the action. I just fixed that centering just by snugging it up just a hair. It's hard to see down in there, isn't it? So overall, really good. And there's one last thing I'll talk about at the end of the video that you may want to stick around to hear. Now let's talk about the pocket clip. And I don't have the Levi's over here. Nixie has taken to where she wants to get the Levi's no matter where I put them, so I'm having to be a little creative there. But that's what you get in the pocket, and it works fine in the pocket. This thing, I know we talked about the clip not having a smooth spot under it, and you know that may eat up your pants in time, but the reality is it's fine. It's no worse than any other knife out there. In fact, it's better than most, probably. And let's move on to ergos real quick, because there is something important there. I would like to know who over at HK or Hogue decided that this massive, ridiculous clip is okay. And here's why. Works great in the pants. Works great in the back pocket. Works great anywhere you got someplace to slide it over. However, whenever I put it in my hand and actually go to use the knife, I'm catching this edge and this point. So, pocket clip is a little rough, and it could be, you could take it out to the grinder and chamfer it a little more, but I don't know that it would help that much. And it could just be my hands. It was just a big surprise that whenever I pulled it out of the box and the pocket clip was this big and it was flat, and then whenever I stuck it in my hand, it was like, I don't know. So there you go. All in all, impressive out the gate for HK and Hogue with the this bar type lock. Many of you will want to call it an axis lock. And that is probably the most important part of this knife and H&K and Hogue's current lineup. We have dealt with Benchmade kind of like all the techies dealt with Apple and AT&T for what they dealt with them for 5 or 6 years. Okay, well, we had to deal with Benchmade owning the rights and all the patents and everything to this style lock system for a long time. And this style lock system has a lot of advantages, especially for those people in tactical situations and those people that may not want to deal with a liner lock or a frame lock. So the problem was, and you guys know, Benchmade had the schmiz and they knew it. And or at least that's what it seemed like. So most of your axis lock from Benchmade knives were a bit off center. Couldn't get the action dialed in without having a bunch of blade play in it. And now, small sample size, but I have handled about 4, maybe 5 of these Hogue knives. And the knife that, I don't have it up here, but the one that the mill company did, whose name I can't remember at the moment. And these people have taken what Benchmade was doing with this lock design and made it, somewhere near 100% better. You know, this knife works, has no blade play, and there you go. And it's centered now that I snugged up the pivot just a bit. And that's probably the most important thing. for the next little while, if I were a person looking for a bar lock or an axis lock style knife, the last place that I would go would be Benchmade. I would go and check what Hogue has through their HK line and through their regular line, and I would look out there to see what anybody else has before I skipped over to Benchmade. Now, that's going to change. Benchmade will have to get their stuff in order, and they will get everything better. Now, getting off that soapbox, let's talk about the pocket clip. Tip up all the way around, left, right, tip down, both left and right. So you can put that big gargantuan pocket clip on any corner of the knife you want to, or any end of the knife you want to, and you're good to go. And guys, that's pretty much it. It is a bar lock knife, McWilliams and Henry lock, or McHenry and Williams, I can't ever remember which way that goes, lock knife that doesn't have blade play. This particular example centers up well, and I have seen others that have centered up well. In fact, every one of them I've dealt with, but the problem is all the ones I've dealt with have either been personal prototypes or at shows, so take that with a grain of salt. This is the only in the wild that I've messed with. But overall, 154 cm blade, I can't see where this is bad in any way. Is it worth the asking price? I don't know. I don't know what these things are going for on the street because they're sold out everywhere. But if they are going for around 100, 110 bucks on the street, yeah, you're doing pretty good, I'd say. And you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.